Well, today's Saturday, it's the 8th of July 2023 and we're right on the north of the island. We've come to Can Picafort and a beach here behind us which has got really big waves on it. We've never really walked along here before, so this is a bit of a first for us. But the beach along this way, certainly towards going towards Pollença, is Playa de Muro, and that is actually voted the best beach in the world, I think, in my TripAdvisor. But we're going to Can Picafort end, so we're sort of in between, and it looks very busy. So the first thing that greeted me really was the waves and how big the waves are. We're not used to seeing waves like this in Palma Nova, where we normally do our walks. But nice big waves for youngsters to splash around. Right in front of us we've got the Formentor, and well, we can't see the hotel. The hotel was demolished and they're in the process of rebuilding, but I think it's probably just about there somewhere. Alcudia, can just about see the two smokestacks, the chimneys that came from the old power station, and around that way we'd have Pollença. And the beach just goes all the way along here, but just look how busy it is. Very, very busy. And what a lovely, nice, flat promenade, really our sort of thing, with lots of bars, lots of places to stop off and have a drink, and that's probably one of the first things we're going to do, stop off and have a drink. After Anita has taken a few photos, of course. It was market day here yesterday, and that was one of our plans, was to come up for market day, but we didn't quite manage it. We only got as far as Bini Salem. And earlier on today we've been to Baleares, which has got a market on. But a very busy beach. So I think every time we've been to this end of the island, if we've ever been through Can Picafort, it's actually driven past. And so it's not really a place we know too well. But, get your English breakfast, $9.95, 2 eggs, 2 toast, 3 bacon. So it's not actually this part of the beach that was voted the best in the world. It's one behind us, which is full of sand dunes, and I think we'll do that on another day when it's not quite so hot. Walking through sand dunes is hard work at the best of times, but when it's 34 degrees and very little shade, then don't fancy it actually. I'm just looking at the sea in front, and there are just hundreds of bodies in the sea. Wow, it's just, I don't think I've ever seen the sea quite like it here in Mallorca. I suppose that's how it should be, but it's a little bit different from what we're normally used to.
Beautiful.
Qué bonito, eh?
Oh, qué bonito. Oh,
Muy importante.
es muy buena. Muy buena. It's beautiful, eh?
Thank you very much.
How are you, man? Good?
Very good, thank you.
Yeah.
Muchas gracias. Sí, sí.
It's very hot, eh? Yeah, no?
Sí, pero es julio.
Yo, para mí,
Es normal.
no es normal.
No, es,
¿Para trabajar en este sol?
no, es muy mal.
Es-
En Palma, nosotros.
Sí, ya lo sé.
Sí, nosotros en Palma.
En Palma va bien,
Sí,
el
sí.
tiempo. El tiempo va bien.
Sí, pero la temperatura es más humedad, ¿no? Ah,
Sí.
no
Más,
sé,
más
sí.
unidad de aquí.
Sí, es... Pero aquí, poco viento.
Sí, con el mar, pero
Sí,
Palma
sí,
también
sí.
tenía mar.
Sí.
Claro. Está bien Palma, pero llena, ¿no? Llena.
Sí, sí.
Gente, mucha gente. La he visto hablando con ellos.
Pero mucha gente aquí, a mí.
Sí, también. Pero aquí solamente 6 meses.
Sí.
Se acabó Palma todo el año.
Sí, sí.
Eso. Muchísimas gracias.
Gracias.
Bye, bye. Yo hablando con ella y sienta sola. Cabrón, sola. ¿Eh?
Nice to speak to some of the locals here. think his boss was telling him, come on, shift up, there's people wanting food over here.
There's quite a nice breeze.
Lots of beach beds here. The beach is much narrower than I thought.
It is.
I mean, we've never actually walked along here, but I always imagined it to be a much wider beach. So, and they could do that. They could actually come along and pump more sand on to make it a wider beach, and probably that is the difference in places like Palma Nova and Magaluf. They did widen the beach years ago, and so it dilutes the effect of people lying on the beach. But this was the area here. The number of people actually in the sea. It's just hundreds of them. And he's just found a shop which has got air conditioning, so cuidado. Managed to come out of a shop without buying anything. I knew there was a unicorn somewhere around here.
There is a nice breeze actually.
There is a breeze, which is quite welcome. We're walking directly into the sun. Come to a part of the promenade that's quite open. That's because this burger steakhouse was actually closed down. Yes, that's another thing that's suffered. But yes, there is quite a pleasant breeze here, cooling us down a little. So the chap we were speaking to at the bar back there was saying that they only have a 6-month season here, and then everything along here will close. I guess that's not too dissimilar to places like Magaluf. Palma Nova stays open a little bit more, and maybe some of the others, but yeah, no, it's typical of many of these holiday destinations. If the beach is not warm enough, people won't come. Hopefully in the future, the beach is not going to get too hot for people. So we're just beginning of July, and it's getting very hot. And people are writing to me to say they're coming in August, and it can be even hotter in August.
Those blanket things, they're not blankets, those rope things are good for hanging on your parasol.
Jamaican food? Oh yeah, I don't think that's Jamaican. Very colourful. See, we've got signs for prevention of COVID-19. Well, the last of the restrictions went this week, or last week. So whatever restrictions there weren't really very many. It was really masks in places like pharmacies, hospitals, dentists, anything really with a medical. And they've pretty much gone now, the rules are gone. That's not to say you might not be asked. If you're going to an intensive care unit, an ICU, then they may well ask you to wear a mask. And I think most people would see that as being sensible and would comply happily. We go all the way up to the, there's a marina, and then we'll come back down the street in the middle where it'll be totally in the shade. So that's all the people in the beach. Look at that. All the people in the sea there. The sea pretty much goes up to the wall here. So you can see where the hotels and bars end, and it sort of goes green. That is the green part is the Playa de Muro. And it is one great big bay. It's a little bit hazy today actually, so it's not really a clear view around. And this looks almost to me as though there's like the tide's in, but we don't have a tide in Mallorca, so nothing to do with that. And where the people are down there, it isn't sand, they're on rocks. They're walking on rocks. You can see which way the flags are being blown. It's the direction of the wind. You've got to keep your eye on that, particularly if you're out with a lilo or a ball. You can easily get blown out if the wind's in the wrong direction. The colour of the flag is also significant. It's not the happy green flag, it's the sort of yellow flag, which means be careful. It means, in fact, it's actually quite dangerous. The only one beyond that is the red flag. So we've got the lifeguards on duty. They're keeping a close eye on things. And so is Anita there, she's keeping a close eye on things, got her parasol. Very, very sensible. Just glad I've got my hat on.
Stuff here.
Yeah, want to stop for a drink? Well, we've found a convenient pit stop, and it's well, it's 11:45, and he's just chosen to have a coffee
And a water.
because it's only 34 degrees. But I'm sticking to a nice cold shandy. So cheers, everyone.
Cheers, and I've had a water. Cheers.
Oh.
Beautiful view.
Mine's better than yours, dear. And it is a beautiful view. I'll turn the camera around so you can have a look. There you go, you can enjoy the view with us while we have a drink. Pour yourself one, have a drink with us. Cheers.
Cheers. Never heard of these thunderbugs before, have you?
Don't know what that's about, but I hope nothing serious. Isn't it? Prices are not too bad, I suppose. That's my pint, $3.85, $2.50 for a coffee, and $2.50 for a water. Probably a bit expensive for the water, but the beer was certainly cheap. Well, we've had a nice little bit of refreshment there. And now we can continue our little promenade along the promenade. I don't think we're going to be walking too far because the temperature's too high. But I just can't get over the waves here. Young and old are having a lot of fun splashing around. A great way to cool off. Some bungalows right on the promenade. It's a little bit like Magaluf.
Probably only come here for the winter.
There's yeah, the one next to it looks as though it's not being used at all at the moment.
is actually a lovely breeze, isn't there?
The breeze is actually good, isn't it? It is very good. And just lots and lots of bars, so it's really quite perfect.
Aquí hay un punto. Look at those statues, those are amazing.
It's the statues in the sea, one of the things of which Can Picafort is renowned.
Did you know they were here?
I did, I'd just forgotten them for the moment. I didn't know exactly where they were because I don't know Can Picafort. They are quite impressive. There's the sign, which lets you know exactly where we are. Just in case you weren't sure. There's actually some market stalls here. A bit closer. A little bit reminiscent of Liverpool, where they've got the statues in the water. If they're still there, of course, I can't remember. It's a little bit of a Saturday morning flea market by the looks of things. In a few stalls, but always worth a look. We always enjoy when we go back to England, particularly when we're in the Gosport area, to call in the one in Gosport. It has hundreds of things usually for sale. They're big €200 bills. Some amusement-y type things, some trampolines over there. In the distance is the marina, and here's the adult gym, which is a bit too hot to go on any of these. But all the machines here, all over the island, we've got these, and I just think this is such a good idea. Probably July and August, not the time of year to be using them, but in the winter time, stop off, have a little pedal or a little push or a little whatever you do on these machines. got to be fun. Some embroidery, even live music. A nice mural up there, side of the hotels. See what Anita finds.
It's been quite hard getting them on there.
Yeah, well, yeah, they'd be made elsewhere and they'd be lowered on with a crane into some concrete. So they become permanent fixtures. But there is a little detail here. If you've got to scan the app there, I'm sure that works. Anyway, they're by Joan Benassar. I'm pretty sure I've heard that name as a sculptor on the island many times, so and typical of this work. Well, thank you for joining us for our walk along the promenade here in Can Picafort. Really a nice discovery for us. I suppose we should have been here before, but again, I guess we will be back again. So thanks very much for watching. We look forward to seeing you in our next video. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.